Hi, Toastmaster Art here with you again as we continue our educational journey, courtesy of the Toastmasters International Better Speaker Series. Thus far, we have learned how to select a topic and why it is important to know one's audience. The third stop on this teaching trek is at the station marked Organizing Your Speech. Recall that we started this series with the focus on how to make you, the individual club member, a better speaker. Organizing your speech offers several strategies for planning an effective presentation. Let us continue, therefore, with the third step in creating a new speech, organizing your speech. Organizing your speech is more than just having an obvious intro body conclusion and deciding in which order to present the speech's points in the body, though the ordering of your speech's words and ideas provide important clues to the audience. When your speech is well organized and its words work together, you'll be better able to obtain and keep the audience's attention. We looked last time at audience attention and interest when considering the importance of knowing one's audience to good speechcraft. A speech which lacks organization stands a greater chance of being a sleep aid. And wouldn't you, at the end of your speech, rather hear applause than snores? I don't recall ever finding this method in a Toastmasters manual, but it is one shared in Toastmasters circles. As a way of identifying the purpose behind the three major sections of your speech, the suggestion is this. You should tell them, your audience, what you are going to tell them, then you actually tell them, and then you tell them what you have told them. A lesson which underlies this organization method is that of repetition to enhance retention by your audience of the information you are sharing. Let's take the previous slide's organization method and use it to develop an outline. You have likely already guessed that the tell them what you are going to tell them part is the speech introduction. Here you want to spend a minute or so whetting the appetite of the audience. It's important for you to work with the Toastmaster to construct a good introduction for him to use, but if his introduction of you is great and you begin in a way that is boring or disorganized, the damage to your presentation may be beyond repair. Start strong. Make them want to hear what you have to say for the next 5 minutes. Acquaint the audience with your topic and establish yourself as an authority on it. Next in the outline process is the body of the speech, where you focus on the points you want to make. Unless you're in the storytelling manual, a useful thing to remember here is that for those points you make, provide the data to back them up. That's part of being authoritative. It also forces the speech crafter to be creative. As an example, you could include a boring scientific quotation or citation on your slide, but wouldn't this be better, more interesting to the audience? If you were to turn to page 5 of the July issue of Scientific American, you would find a fascinating article which covers what I just said and goes into even more detail about why grass is green. Arriving at the conclusion, it's time to tell them what you've just told them. This is where you summarize your material, where you insert that final inspirational or motivational thought, or leave the audience with the overarching lesson they should take home. It's probably fair to say that a super introduction is not what anybody experiences when a new speech idea pops into his head. An interesting topic for a speech's body typically comes first. The introduction and conclusion are written later. Accepting that as the norm, start building your speech around the main idea, then gradually branch out. Focus on that key idea and be able to state it in one simple sentence. Follow that with 3 to 5 statements that support the sentence. Organize these statements into a loose outline, which should be logically and sequentially arranged and reflect the speech's central idea. Next, elaborate each of your supporting statements. Use examples and anecdotes involving people or events. As discussed in the Know Your Audience presentation, convert any statistics and advanced ideas to familiar terms. You have a pretty good speech body outlined at this point, so start work on the introduction. Review the text you wrote for each supporting statement for possible material. Maybe there's a statistic or quote that would work well in the introduction. Consider asking the audience to answer a question with a show of hands, or ask a rhetorical question that will encourage immediate focus on the topic. Incorporate in your introduction the first part of the tell them formula because listeners appreciate a preview of what they will hear. How will you wrap the speech up? Summarize your key points, make a call to action if applicable, and then return control of the lectern to the Toastmaster. Simple, but effective. As an alternative to the outline method, you can try creating a mind map. A mind map is a diagram that represents an individual's random thoughts on a particular subject. I'll repeat that. A mind map is a diagram that represents an individual's random thoughts on a particular subject. Its purpose is to discover what will be included in the speech and when it will be mentioned. The main topic is printed in the center of the page. The ideas about how to organize a speech are recorded in boxes around the main topic. The idea boxes are linked to the main topic with lines. Finally, important points about those ideas are added. On a separate paper, create a mind map for each of the idea boxes. Like in step 1, you start with the idea as the main topic in the center of the page. But here, the idea is surrounded by specific elements of that idea. For example, if we make a mind map here for the outline idea box from the first step, the specific elements related to the outline idea would be intro, body, and conclusion. Link them together appropriately, and that mind map is done. Keep your mind map free of clutter by putting extra material, such as quotations, on a separate piece of paper. Link this material to your mind map by using asterisks, numbering, or a color coding scheme. A disorganized presentation is less effective than an organized one. If your audience are struggling to make order out of your chaos, they are not going to be paying attention to your message. You want to use organizing tools, such as the 2 we covered, to create presentations that attract and keep the audience's attention. In the next presentation, we will look at how to win your audiences with your opening remarks. To be notified when additional educational presentations are uploaded, please subscribe to this channel. I hope that you were all edumacated today. Educating and thus bettering my fellow Toastmasters is a passion of mine, and I am here to help if I can. I would be interested in hearing from you either by email or submitted comments as to how effective you found this presentation. Visit the Division G website at the address on the screen for more helpful resources. Hey, make it a great Toastmasters Day. Go G, Mr. Toastmaster.